Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation. Behind me, Ruru, the Wonder Rooster, Cuckoo Moran, who is preening himself. He got up here when he knew I was going to do my YouTube live this evening. He got up as I was working on my notes. Wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary. I don't know how he knows these things and senses these things, but he knew to get up here. So, my apologies for starting a little bit late. We had some camera challenges. I'm not sure what happened. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, blessings to the angels, everything will work out well here tonight because I have a lot of good stuff to talk with you about, particularly about these feelings that we have right now of feeling alone, of feeling isolated, of feeling, put one against the other and going, is this life? Is this what it's meant to be? Why do I feel so alone and unsupported? And your angels have some powerful messages for you, and we're going to be diving into them this evening. With that said, if you've been to any of my classes or shows before, or YouTube live events, you'll know that I like to teach and share through story because the elders, if you think to ancient times, we learned around the campfire. We learned from sharing story, not from giving a list of do this, do that, do the other thing. It was always from story. And so, what I like to share is, and I'm laughing because it's been quite interesting lately, is I like to share from our lives what's going on in the lives of myself, Ruru, our three kitties, and my wife, Jessica, because I think there's a lot we can learn from these journeys, not as a do as I say, not as I do, and not as a I've got this all figured out. Um, I wish I did. I mean, pretty plugged into the angels, but it's a journey. And if we share a journey and share how we navigate it, I believe that helps you too. So tonight we're going to go to messages for you from the angels. We're going to go to story. We're going to do a beautiful guided meditation with the angels just before the end. And I'm going to give you an update as well as everything that's been going on in our lives because it has been an interesting time. In fact, the abridged version of things, kind of the Cliff Notes version, if Cliff Notes is still around, is I got hit by a car a couple months ago, been recovering well from that. We had twins on board, baby twins growing in Jessica's belly. We ran into some major medical complications. Miraculously, have been able to save one of the two babies, and the big EKG echocardiogram to check our baby's heart, baby Hannah's heart. And we are now 21, 22 weeks in. The big test down in Philadelphia is Wednesday. How does it get any better than this? So we are super excited and admittedly a little bit nervous for that. We've been traveling in this Taj Mahal of an RV, and I'm excited to report to you that I believe this will be our last YouTube live event in this RV for a while because we started down the RV road a year and a half ago in Colorado during COVID, wildfires coming knocking on our door for the second time, and we ended out on RVs. And we're going to settle down now through the birth of the baby, and we're going to we've attracted in, and maybe I'll talk with you about it here tonight because the angels had everything to do with it. We attracted the most amazing lake vacation home for the next nearly 6 months. How does it get any better than this? And baby Hannah is expected on May 28th. So we're in moving mode right now, which means inherently things bubble up. In fact, I have I invite you to it, an automatic writing class this coming Thursday. And I teach you the fastest, easiest way to begin channeling with your angels. And in that class, I have a different theme each month. And this month's theme is how we can go to our angels to help us clear. Because I don't know about you, but we're told that there are 5 items that are at the top of what is scary to us in life. And 2 of the top 5 are death and moving. And we've experienced a bit of both of those in the last month. And so all of these emotions started coming up earlier this week, particularly, and I found there are all these wounds and blocks inside of me, particularly from my parents and my parents' parents and their parents' parents, all of these familial or ancestral wounds and blocks. And I had to go in automatic writing and get these cleared because I was feeling quite loco. And that's okay. We all have these experiences. But what I want to teach in this Thursday's class is how you can go to the angels and help you to clear some of this through automatic writing. Rue, did you have something you wanted to add? I can't get enough of him being by my side during classes and stuff. Next week, I get to figure out, because we're going to have this beautiful lake background, though it'll be dark at night, where he goes. Do I bring in a couch for him? Do I bring in his own table? Do I get him like a kitty stand to use as a perch, like a kitty castle? I don't know, or kitty tower. But let's dive into this feeling of loneliness right now and what our angels are trying to tell us. And thank you, first off. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being with me here this evening, for joining me. This isn't just for me that I do this. This isn't just for you. But as we all begin to heal, as we all begin to feel better, we radiate at a higher level. That's why I have the School of Mystics each Wednesday. We vibrate at a higher level. We make different decisions. We act more from a place of love. And we literally transform the world around us. So you being here this evening and perhaps sharing it with others are helping to change not just your world, but all of our worlds. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. With that said, you're drawn here tonight because you're an empath. Perhaps you're an empath. No, I'm going to definitely go there. You are an empath's empath. You are sensitive to energy, which means I definitely get to watch my energy tonight because it's a full moon, the first full moon of the new year. They call it a wolf's moon, and I'm not sure why, and I'm sure somebody can put in the chat why it's called the wolf's moon and can picture a wolf baying at the moon. But with that said, you're very sensitive to energy. So it's very easy to feel isolated. It's very easy to feel misunderstood. And at times where it certainly seems like the left arm is being pitted against the right arm in this, I don't know if it's a culture war or a COVID war. I don't want to label anything as war. But at this time where it's you against me, this group against that group, all of this silliness, which has not gone away, combined with the latest COVID variation, the latest this, the latest that, it's easy to feel incredibly isolated during this time, incredibly alone, even when we do see family for whether it's short bits or long bits. We feel alone. But I want to let you know something. It's by design, and it's not what you think it is. It's by design, and it's not what you think it is. And I channel before each of these sessions. I channel before each class that I teach. I channel before and during all of my interviews as well. What I'm getting from the angels is that there's a cosmic design to this, not an evil plan. Cosmic design. And I look at it this way. You're from spirit. I'm from spirit. We're all energy having an energetic experience in human form. We are all of spirit. And Jackie, thank you so much for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Thank you so much, Jackie. We are all the stuff that angels are made of. We're also all the stuff that the stars are made of. Literally, every molecule, every atom in our being, in me, in you, in Rue, came from the sun and came from the stars. There is nothing that is not spirit. There is nothing that is not spirit. I can't say The air that I breathe is spirit, but this stone, sorry, that's not spirit. I can't say, well, I'm of spirit, but you're not. That would be ridiculous. That's actually what society teaches you, which is part of why you feel so alone, is you're taught you're less than. I watched a Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers documentary yesterday. Not found, I've known him since I was a kid, my new total and complete hero. And part of the documentary, it had people protesting Mr. Rogers, saying he is the reason for all the problems in our country because he tells everybody they're worthy and that they don't even have to do anything to be worthy. Well, let me tell you, you are worthy and you don't have to do anything to be worthy. You come from spirit. You are the divine. Now, certainly, we can do a lot when we're here and we can rock this place, but it is not about our doings that make us worthy. We are worthy just by existing. But here's the thing. You're an empath. You're energetically sensitive. There are all these energies flying and swirling all around us, kind of ripping us apart and ripping apart the fabric of society. It's not, no matter what you follow, and I'm not picking on any point of view, there are layers to everything. But at the end of the day, at the deepest layer, it's not an evil plan to rip society or rip the world or rip you apart. It's designed, this whole human experiment is designed to wake us up at a higher level. Now, whether we're thrown COVID or a vaccination or an anti-vaccination or this or that or another thing or an another thing, and it seems like all of these things are all that matter. What they're designed to do is pit you against me, against him, against them, to make you feel more alone, to bring you to your knees. And as an empath, you're energetically sensitive. So, in a sense, it's easier to go to your knees because you want to help others and you feel everything so rawly, if that's a word. The cool, crazy thing is, if we can breathe into and be into all of the nuttiness and energy that's pulling us apart, and we can feel through it. It is like if you've ever remember your high school physics class or high school chemistry, it is like an electron that's vibrating faster and faster and faster until blink. There's so much energy. You pop up, the electron pops up to a higher energetic state. That's what's happening with us as well. So we are being rattled at a higher and higher level, feeling more and more alone to help us bump up to a higher level. We are also feeling more and more isolated, more and more alone. It's not the same COVID isolation as before. This is the I don't get it anymore. I don't get people anymore. I don't get what's going on anymore. None of this is making sense. I feel so alone. I feel sad. I feel disappointed. I feel depressed. It's all real emotions going on. I believe to bring us further from our true natural state of love. And we're going to dive into the angels in just a few minutes because they are the personification of love, which you are as well. But we're brought farther from it so that we can experience and feel even greater love. In essence, you know the expression, the distance makes the heart grow fonder. We've all had the experience where somebody left in our lives and we didn't realize just how much we missed them until they were gone. That's part of what this time period is doing, is it's helping affirm and make clear that which is most valuable and important to us. So, as nutty as this time period is, as important as this time period is, I believe, to grab onto the rope of spirit, to grab onto the rope of the angels. I'm almost picturing to grab onto the feet of the angels as if they're rule-like feet and let them pull you up. As important, It's a time period that by design is helping rise or bring you up. So one of the things that we get to do is recognize the ghost behind the machine, to recognize the wizard behind the curtain. Wow. Or the Roo jumping off of the couch, that things are not as they appear to be, and that this is a cosmic setup to help us grow closer to each other and to help us grow closer to spirit. So, for an example, I mentioned that we talk a lot of story here. Certainly, we loved our baby girls before growing in Jessica's belly, and we had 3 miscarriages in the past. So, oh my God, do we find our babies precious? One of them sacrificed her life, in essence, to save the other, which made us realize even more, or how they're even more precious. And we have 2 girls, Hana and Miraku. Miraku stands for miracle. Miraku's on the other side. We believe she's going to double back around and come back. Hana's tried to come in several times before, and Hana's making it through this time. Certainly, we loved Hana before with all of our heart and soul and might. But now our hearts are even more blown open to her. So these experiences are setting you up to help blow your heart open to an even higher level. It's graduate level work we're doing now, because the world feels even darker, feels even nuttier. There's nobody out there who can turn on the news or the tube or anything and say, well, that makes total sense. Unless we take it from the perspective, this means perspective to me, the perspective of infinity, the perspective of a higher room. And thank you so much, Safina Winfield, for your kind donation. How does it get any better than this? Thank you, thank you, thank you, Safina. And Laura, thank you so much for your kind donation. Huge hugs, lots of loves, Laura. How does it get any better than this? The only way we can make sense of it is getting to the higher room and looking down on things. That's why I teach our School of Mystics. That's why I teach people how to learn automatic writing and connect with the angels, because none of it is going to make sense by design from the level it was created. And yes, that is certainly a quote by Einstein. So this is an angel show tonight. So let's get to the angels, because they have a very powerful message for you. And this message has everything to do with your feeling alone. They want you to know they are by your side. Right here, right now, right in this moment. And if I pause for even the briefest second, you do the same. You may feel goosebumps, or you might feel chills or energy running up and down your spine, because they are here now with you. I had took a shower, a little hygiene before going on air here this evening, and I saw a half circle of blue lights like orbs, one next to the next, 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 like this giant council before me, representing all of the angels that are here this evening. Well, I want to tell you, you have as big of a team and more of angels by your side right now. Now, a lot of people write in and say, I used to feel like I had angels by my side, but I feel they've gone away, or I feel they've abandoned me, or I feel they've forsaken me, or my angels must be disappointed in me. And that my angels must be disappointed in me. That is such a learned thing from society, that we could ever disappoint spirit, because we can't, because we came from spirit and we are spirit. So that'd be like spirit disappointing spirit. It doesn't actually make any sense. We're here to learn, to trip, to skin our knees, to make challenging decisions, to struggle, to love, to grow, to expand, to learn, to trip, to skin our knees, and on it goes. It's the beautiful cosmic journey. And our angels will be by our side throughout the entire journey. So, as I mentioned before, we can't say, air, that's spirit. This stone, not spirit. Everything is spirit. Everything is the divine. We can't cherry pick. This is good. This is bad. In fact, that's one of the biggest ways that we get into trouble here in the School of Earth, is by starting to label and judge things, or label and judge anyone, because we don't know the full story. Full story, love, love, love. There is no one and nothing. This is a scary topic. This is graduate level work. There was no one and nothing that is not wearing a cosmic disguise of spirit, is not doing spirit's work, and is not the divine. In the moment, it may seem, appear, and truly be horrific. But there are cosmic stories going on much bigger than we see in this moment. What does that mean, Michael? It means if you see someone that is doing something so horrible, so atrocious, you can't even look at it, you can't even fathom it. Instead of condemning them, you can condemn the act. I'm not big on judgment, but you can certainly say, oh my God. But rather than condemning them, be an angel. Be the angel. Do the work of the angels and send them all the love that you can. That's how we shift to a higher level. That's how, as an empath, you roll. That's how you roll, by sending love where there is hatred, by sowing love where there is fear. Send all the love you can, never picking this is good, this is bad. So let's go back to the angels here. We can go in another brief little story. I guess we're going to do one more story on what's good, what's bad. I'll put that in quotes. Years ago, I was racing bicycles, trying to make it to the Tour de France. I was racing in the French Alps, and been an up and down season, but was very excited with where I was headed. In fact, I was going back to school in France the next year to finish up, to get onto a field squad for the pros. I was chasing my dream. And it all ended when a safety official in a little French town called Hauteville waved me through a turn. There was a giant crowd going, "Vous allez, American! Go American! Go American!" Waves me with his wand through a turn into, he didn't know it was a blind turn, an elderly woman who got in her full-size Peugeot down an alley and out on the race course, and hit me head on and ended my career. Now, I was in and out of pain centers for the next 6.5, 7 years. I had PTSD. I was a mess. The PTSD, between you and me, lasted a lot longer than that. I was a mess. And I thought, God is dead, there is no God. God is dead, there is no God. If there were angels by my side, how could this have happened to me? And I know that's what you're saying as well. If there are angels by my side, Michael, how could this have happened to me? But now I know. I can't say that was bad. But in between operations, when I won one race in Europe the next year, that was good. This other thing is bad. This other thing is good. No, I was hit by a car to help mold me, to help guide me, to help temper steel, to help birth a new Michael at a higher level. That's what's happening with you right here, right now. You are being tempered. You are being reborn, spiritually reborn, literally rebooted at a higher level. Now, here's the wild thing. Mother Teresa had the same experience. No, not racing bicycles trying to make it to the Tour de France. Not that I've heard of. And I almost feel bad making that kind of joke of Mother I love you, Mother Teresa. What I mean by this is I don't know her full story, and I do have a beautiful book by her that I get to read. But I know that there came a period where the whispers of God or the whispers of the angels ceased for 30 years. 30 years. You want to talk about the potential to feel lonely, to feel forsaken, to feel, what am I doing in the world? Why has God just dumped me, just left me here? And I don't mean God as a bearded white guy. Nothing could be further from the truth. I'm talking about the love, the feel, the everything. That is everything. Communication stopped for her. And I'm convinced to temper her steel. In other words, to help her grow stronger in her faith, to help her find her heart and work at an even deeper level. All of us, whether we're the newest soul, so to speak, on earth, or whether we're close to the Buddha or Jesus or whatever is the highest that you recognize ascendant spiritual master, transcendent spiritual master is, we all have these periods where we feel a disconnect so that we can pull out the plugs that aren't working and plug them back in. If you picture like a 1920s, 30s, 40s switchboard operator, we pull out the plugs that aren't working so we can plug them in at a higher level. Which is to say, if the angels appear to be silent in your heart, they're not. Nothing could be further from the truth. Now, maybe they've gone quiet, but they're opening doors. They're giving you opportunities. They're steering you in different ways. In essence, like I was talking about on last Monday's YouTube Live, and I've been talking about recently, so you might go back and check out those shows, they're setting you up. So your angels are setting you up with more than just a whisper in your ear. They're setting you up with the circumstances that are taking place in your life. Which means even if you're not hearing from Spirit, they're there. Marcia, thank you so much for your kind donation. I love you, Marcia. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. How does it get any better than this? And you go, girl, Marcia. You've got this. We've all got this. We are all being set up by Spirit for the highest level work, which means, and we're going to talk about feeling the angels by your side, hearing the angels by your side, communicating with the angels by your side for this next, we'll call it third of tonight's event with you. Then we're going to dive into Q&A and then then a beautiful angelic meditation. But this setup that is taking place out here is to help give you the faith to move mountains so that even when it feels like you're completely alone and you've been completely abandoned, you know you're not. So I'm going to share another story in a minute, but before I do that, how do we know? Big question. How do we know angels are by our side? And I believe in one of the titles that I had for tonight's show, I said, proof. Your angels are by your side. And one of the greatest ways we can find proof is in our quieter moments. It might be hard to do while we're listening to the show. Maybe not. Is to call in our angels and look for the angel brush. And in fact, I have this class on automatic writing on Thursday. Live class, easiest way in the world to learn how to channel. I know I've got so many people here in the chat room who can share how much automatic writing has helped them, because you learn how to channel your angels on a daily basis. So I'm teaching a live class this Thursday on it, and I know Tanya will put a link in there for you. In fact, it's a link with a sale or discount for everybody who's watching this here tonight. But with that said, when you begin to call in your angels in automatic writing, you often feel as if, do I have my feather here? Yeah. Rue's always leaving me gifts of feathers. You may say, good morning, or in this case, good evening, Archangel Michael. And you feel a brush down your neck, Archangel Raphael. And you feel another brush, Archangel Raphael. And you feel another, Archangel Uriel. And you feel another, I know, Rue. Or you might call in the angels and feel a brush of feathers across your arms, or this little tingling sensation going up and down your spine. This is called the angel brush. And it is one of the primary and first primacy ways, I'm saying it so awkwardly. Thank you, angels. It is a way of primacy. It is one of the most powerful, earliest ways that your angels work to get your attention, is calling them in. I call in the angels. I call in my guardian angels. Try that. I call in my guardian angel. And pausing for a moment and saying, do I feel chills up and down my spine? Do I feel like a feather has just brushed me or brushed my ear? Do I feel something, or is it simply a warming of the heart? All of these shivers, all of these tinglings, that's called your feather brush or your angel brush. And it's a way that your angels will know that will let you know that they are here. And so I'd love you to practice this tonight. After you finish watching this, call your angels in and see what you feel. So you can literally go, I call in my angels. I call in my angels. I call in my angels. Or I call in my guardian angel. You have a guardian angel. In case you didn't know it, you have a guardian angel that's been with you since the beginning of time and before. I don't even know what came before the beginning of time, but they have been with you since infinity. You're both sharing this journey together. They're there to help you each and every step of the way. So you can call them in and feel the feather brush. Or I'm an archangel guy. So I like to go, good evening, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel. But I do it a little differently than I just said it. I'll say, good evening, Archangel Michael. And I'll pause and I'll wait for kind of those goosebumps, that angel brush to go up and down my spine. Good evening, Archangel Raphael. Woo! And I'll feel that tingling as well. Good evening, Archangel Gabriel. Good evening, Archangel Uriel. And so what I'm doing is anchoring in each angel by my side, feeling that shiver, feeling that tingle, feeling that brush that anchors me in with them. And now I can proceed. So, of course, you can do this with automatic writing and learn how to channel and then speak with them and have their words flow out on the page, which is pretty awesome. But you can do that tonight before you can go to sleep. You can do that tomorrow before you go to work, and you can anchor in the presence of your angels by your side. Rachel Rose, thank you so much for your kind donation. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is in honor of your granddaughter Nicole's marriage to Morty. Woohoo! Nicole named me. Oh, she said Nicole named her grandma Angel when she was 5, and she's now 28. That is so awesome. Grandma Angel Rachel Rose. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? And congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. We do have angels here and on the other side. And you are an angel, and you are working with your angels. And the fact that you are an empath and incredibly energetically sensitive is so that you can communicate with your angels at a higher level. We've heard of the 1%ers and the one half of the 1%ers. The 1% isn't about money. It's about the front runners of this spiritual change, of this evolutionary change of humanity to a higher energetic state. You're sensitive so that you can help others. The trick about sensitivity is we often say, I'm so sensitive. You don't have any energy left to help others. Others are going to have to help themselves. I'm wounded. I'm in trouble. That's only until you plug back in at a higher level, until you call in your angelic team. More than the angel brush, you can call them in and see how it feels on your heart. You call in the angels. I call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, and you can do this with me. Massage your heart. I call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel. Please warm my heart. Please let me know that you're here now by my side. Just breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. How do you feel now? The angel's first language, your first language, my first language, is not of words. I love to joke, and it's only a half joke with Jessica, because I lose my words a lot, which is interesting. I don't lose words when I'm talking with you. It's a half-channeled process. But at home, I can be as simple as trying to go with something in the fridge and going, I'm the foosbah. I need the foosbah. And Jessica will go, what in the world is the foosbah? And I'll say, language is not my first language. It's not your first language either. And it certainly isn't the angels. For the angels are speaking to us in the language of emotions. That's our first language. So angels aren't poltergeists. They don't move chairs. Instead, they move your heart. They're always working to move your heart, to pull like a harp on the harp or heart strings. That's how you feel, and that's how you know they are there. So until you learn something like automatic writing, and I'll share a little bit about that in a few minutes, until you learn something like automatic writing, the way that angels speak to you is subtle at first. It's a tingle, it's a brush, it's a warming of your heart. But they want you to know we are here. I hear them saying, we are here, we are here, we are here. We are here for you. They're kind of strong and stern about that. They don't want you to feel alone again, because they want to help you to make the highest level decisions for your life and for the lives of those around you and those that you influence that you possibly can. So they don't want you feeling alone anymore. So what does that mean? We call them in more and more. And it's sort of like the connection you make almost in a first date, but it goes beyond that. Almost like, I don't know if you've ever used anything like Match.com or online dating or whatever it is today. At first, it starts with a few words or a wink or something or a thumbs up or a swipe. And then it becomes a little bit more of a connection, and then a little bit more of a connection, and then a little bit more of a connection. And then before you know it, now we're on to coffee. Then now we're on to things way beyond that. That's what it's like can't believe I just compared angels relating to the angels to online dating these days or dating apps. Oh my gosh. Tinder with the angels. You've never heard that before. But it's true. The more that you call them in, the more you build a deeper relationship, the more that you feel they are by your side, which they are. So as I wrote this earlier today, and if I pause right now, earlier today when I wrote this, it was very cold outside. So it's double paned glass here, but it was in the single digits outside. And as I wrote this, I could feel them by my right side, by the window side, warming me up. Now I feel them by my back. It's like they've got wings around me, helping me to talk with you about this. The more we practice calling them in and the more we practice feeling them, the more they are by our side consciously, meaning they're always by our side. You could take this stone, can't recommend it, my prayer stone. I'll hold on to this one, but you could throw it at your angels. First off, you won't hit them, but secondly, they're going to love you up just as much. They're not going to go away. They're sworn to protect you. They're sworn to be by your side. Michael, you say they're sworn to protect me, and what just happened? On a spiritual level, they never will forsake you. On a physical level, we all have experiences we get to go through. I was beautifully kissed by the second vehicle in my life just 2 months ago. Michael, you're a teacher. You were working with the angels on a daily basis. You had said prayers to the angels right before you got the cosmic smackdown. But it wasn't a smackdown. It was physical pain upon pain. Each morning I still wake up and remember it very clearly as my hand feels like it's been hit by the car again. Actually, I guess it was a full-size SUV. I just found that out. They're not testing me. I didn't do anything wrong. They're helping me. They're not testing you. You didn't do anything wrong. They're helping you. No matter how much you call them in, no matter how much you work with them, they are here to help you on your bigger journey. Whatever my journey was, on the spiritual level, on the physical level, I could have lived without this any day of the week. And the titanium parts in my wrist now, I'd be very happy if I didn't need those titanium parts. But they're helping me and they're helping you at a much higher level. So now the next step in this game, if you care to take this journey with me, the next step in this game is we make them conscious to us. We feel the angel brush. We feel the warming of the heart. We call them in on a regular basis. And then we do everything in our power to hear. Or maybe I should say to hear. That felt kind of good. Maybe too good. To hear from our angels. There are many different processes. My favorite process is automatic writing. What is that? It's a process where you go quiet first thing in the morning or last thing at night when the rest of the world sleeps so you can plug in easiest. You put your pen to paper. You're in this quiet state, and I teach you how to get there. It's super simple. You write to your angels, and they kind of lift your hand, put your pen out, and begin writing back to you. That's the game changer. That's when your whole world changes. I had a beautiful interview earlier today with a woman from Geneva, Nora. Amazing, amazing human being. Has the most incredible book coming out for kids. And I'll share links to that when it's out, I think a couple months down the road. And she said, you were struggling, you were challenged, you ran out of money, you had this injury, you had this challenge, you had this other thing. How did your life change, Michael? This is close to a decade ago. No, 7 years ago. It was when I started making communication with the angels as important as oxygen, or at least as important as food, breakfast, sustenance. When I made communicating with the angels as important as getting my morning oatmeal or getting your morning coffee or whatever it is that you take in the morning to help you get going, and instead you take time with the angels each day, that's when my whole world changed. That's when your entire world changes. The cool thing about angels, you don't have to be a spiritual expert or a guru or uh, a high flyer or have special channeling or mediumship skills. They're speaking to you. They're speaking to you in emotions. They're speaking to you with feather brushes. My editor, they spoke to him a couple days ago, I believe it was, and he was on a motorcycle in Portugal, and he heard, "Pull down your visor." And he'd never heard it, and he'd never pulled his visor down before. He pulled it down, and just a second later, a piece of metal the size of a hockey puck hit his visor and bounced off. I think he would have been blinded had he not pulled down his visor. They're always speaking to us. But when we begin practicing a methodology, when we can hear from them more clearly, it changes everything. That's why I have this class Thursday. I cannot, I'm very biased about this. So, I could hold up my book, and this has become a #1 bestseller, The Automatic Writing Experience. But the simplest, easiest way is to come learn live with me this Thursday. But I'm very biased, not just because automatic writing is so easy, and all of a sudden you can have these deep conversations with your angels who are by your side, or your loved ones who are by your side, or your loved ones who are transitioned who would love to speak with you. You can communicate with anyone through automatic writing. Or this week, I'm going to be teaching people how to do energetic clearings and clear wounds through the angels in automatic writing. But it's not just that. It's that if you lead an angel-driven existence, if I lead an angel-driven existence, if all of us do, then we become that critical mass that is like this wave of energy over the entire planet, where the whole world shifts and that electron state change takes place and humanity shifts. No pressure. I'm counting on you. You can do this. We can all do this together. But life gets more interesting. Life gets more fun. And most importantly, because that's why we're here this evening, you no longer feel alone when you are literally told from your angels, "We are here, dear one. We are by your side. We are here to help guide you, and we love you." That's a game changer. When you get, "We are by your side and we love you." Holy hallelujah. Oh my God, does that change everything? There's a word the angels want to use. It's 2 words: collaborative effort or co-creation. The angels don't want you going another day in your life by yourself. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're the janitor, the street sweeper, the CEO, the doctor, the teacher, the house husband or housewife or house whatever. What crazy terms, by the way. And it sounds derogatory. It doesn't matter what your quote lot in life is. It can be the most collaborative effort with spirit, and it matters. You matter. You have no idea how much you matter. No matter what you've done, no matter what you haven't done, no matter what you feel guilty about, no matter what you don't feel guilty about. You matter as much as me, as much as anyone. You matter. And now we can take that matter, how great you are, to an entirely new level when you begin playing the game with your angels and participate in a collaborative effort on a daily basis. In essence, the voices go from whispers to roars. It goes for something that you can barely hear to voices you can barely contain. In other words, you begin to get guidance from your angels on a moment-to-moment basis. I can go quiet here, but actually first I need to thank Jenny Schaefer. Thank you, Jenny Schaefer. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All my love and hugs, Jenny. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can go quiet. And the angels quite literally will tell me what to say and help guide me on my path. That's how I do the interviews. That's how I do this. This is even how I come up with these topics. I can go, I love taking a shower before a class, before an event like this, because the angels will have a long talk with me. Why in the shower? Because my jibber jabber monkey mind has calmed down. It's gone quiet. Angels are always speaking to you. It's A, having a methodology like automatic writing to come join us on Thursday, and B, having the space, the breath for them to speak to you. And that's what I get in the shower, and they do. Einstein, that's how he got his greatest ideas. Shower, shaving, washing his hands, being in the bathroom. The ideas chased him down. So I've got two more brief stories, then we're going to open it up to some questions. And as I'm going like this, I'm going, oh God, what does, oh God, what that means is the angels wanted me to share this again with you. And I'm going, oh, but they feel it's important. A lot of you know what happened with our twin daughters a month ago. The briefest version, for those who don't, is usually miscarriages take place in the first trimester because there's no placenta built yet, and the babies are kind of on their own. And then once a placenta is built, the baby is fed and nurtured and more secure in the womb. In our case, one baby split and became two babies early on. That's how you get identical twins. That's how you get many of your twins, I guess. But one egg splitting into two, that's identical twins. And they got through the first trimester with flying colors. Then the placenta came on board, and it should have been the easy time. But it turns out that the placenta, even though they had split into two girls, the placenta was only built for one. One girl, Miraku, was giving all of her nutrition to the other girl, to our other baby girl, Hannah. One girl, Hannah, was doing all the blood pumping for the two of them, where Miraku's heart and blood supply wasn't sufficient. And so one girl, Miraku, was fading away while our other girl, Hannah, was incredibly challenged and struggling to stay alive for the both of them. And we were guided. We watched, we didn't know why. We were supposed to be in New England. Then we were supposed to be in Florida. We had these beautiful journeys planned for this fall, and nothing worked out. And instead, we found ourselves here, just outside of my in-laws' home in this beautiful Taj Mahal of an RV in northern New Jersey. And we found out that we needed to go to the Children's Hospital of Philly, CHOP, where the nation's leading experts in these twin disorders exist. And it was a miracle that we're still here at this time. And so we went down there, and they performed a whole battery of tests and let us know that Miraku was on the verge of passing. and that if she passed, Hannah might not make it. If we had not been connected to our angels, if we had not been connected to Spirit, I don't know how we would have made that decision and how we would have made it through, because I feel the guilt would have crushed us. Either the guilt of not doing anything and what happened, or the guilt of doing something and, in essence, choosing to lose one of our baby girls. I'm going to put lose in quotes. She's not gone. To lose one of our baby girls to save the other. And we had to go quiet and plug into the angels at the highest level and find the peace in our hearts that says, okay, we know what to do. It's okay, let's go for it. That's plugging into the angels. It was a very difficult decision, but we felt the angels were by our side. We knew what we needed to do. It was filled certainly with a lot of heartache and tears. We looking at our baby photos, so to speak, our ultrasounds this morning, and it's still filled with heartache and tears. And oh my God, did we want both of our twin girls here? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Miracle is screaming at me right now. I'm here, Daddy. 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 I love you, Miracle. And she is. She speaks to me energetically now, and that was because I've been practicing my automatic writing. But because I was so connected to the angels, there was still the potential for joy in the middle of it. We knew we weren't alone. We knew we had just saved Hannah's life. We could feel our angels by our side. We could feel their hand of guidance. We could hear them in our heads. I want that for you, because hopefully you never have to make that decision in your life of to choose to let go of one of your babies to save the other. Whew. And without words, I can't think of a more challenged decision to make. But there's peace. There's such incredible peace. It's just crazy to say, when your angels are by your side in that experience. Indigo DSM, huge love, huge hugs, blessings right back at you. Blessings right back at you. I love you. I love you. I send you so much love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And this love, when I say I love, I really mean it, because you are me, I am you. And this goes for everyone here. You are me, I am you. We are one. We are unity consciousness. We are each individual beautiful flowering roses on this amazing bush of life, so to speak. But we're all one and the same. And the minute we begin loving each other up, which your angels love you unconditionally, imagine if each of us loved each other unconditionally, just how much the world would change. Laura, I love you too. Thank you so much for your kind donation. God bless you and your family. How does it get any better than this? Thank you, Laura. Imagine how the world would change. When we're plugging into the angels, what we're doing is we're cultivating this connection with something greater than ourselves. What a strange term. No, we're cultivating this connection with the greatness that we are. That's what our angels want us to do, not something greater than ourselves. That term is actually weird, and the angels are having a talk with me about it this moment. That term comes from old Judeo-Christian beliefs that we must look up to somebody. We must look up to a father figure. We must forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I'm not picking on anyone or anything. But we are all equals in this game. We are all charged with energy. The angels, get this, The angels look up to us. No, the angels are forsaking me. The angels aren't there by my side. The angels see you as a freaking hero because this world is hard. This world, in a sense, sucks. It's heavy. It's dark. It's crazy. It's painful. It's unforgiving. At its worst, it's also crazy, beautiful, amazing, incredible, wonderful, joyous. Woohoo! But your angels are supporting you in your physicality because you are so incredibly brave to come back here and go for it again. They support you with everything they've got. They're like, you are our heroes. Jenny Schaefer sending so much love to you. How does it get any better than this, Jenny? How does it get any better than this? So your angels want you to know they're by your side and want to help you as you're the hero. You're going through the hero's journey. They're here to support you. So last thing, and then let's dive into some Q&A and go to a meditation here. And we run for about another 45 minutes or so is typically how long I do this. I want to say thank you to my heroes, Tanya, and to my hero, Aya, members of our Inspire Nation Dream Team who are supporting everything during this time. And to our entire Dream Team, thank you guys. You rock, you rock, you rock. All right. Last story I want to share. So moving is considered one of the top 5 most stressful events in our lives. And losing a loved one, and we still lost Miraku. Still, what is funny? I don't have the right words for these things. Moving is one of the top 5 stressful events. Losing a loved one is one of the top 5. Death is one of the top 5 stressful events. And we've had both of those within the last month. And so as I was moving this week, things start to come up. And I mentioned this briefly earlier. And things become very chaotic as we're moving to a new state change, or literally not to a new state, but to a new home. And we made a trip a few days ago to the lake, to our new lake home, of which our angels challenged us not to take a place that on paper looked good, but said, no, you can't do it. And they said, wait, and Miraku specifically, and then Hana said it, and then the angel said, it needs to be a vacation home. It needs to be a place where you look around and go, I can't believe I live here. I can't believe that I get to live here. And so they challenged us and stopped us cold. And then the place magically appeared. How does it get any better than this? So we unpack a bunch of things at the lake home. We come back here. I get inside, and there is clutter everywhere. You can almost not get through the door because we're in mid-move, and it's a Taj Mahal of an RV, but it's still only 44 feet long. I think 400 square feet. It's tight quarters. And something happened. The combination of the move, coupled with maybe it was grief, not on a conscious level, but all of these things, and all of a sudden, pop, 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 this emotional baggage started coming up in me that it turns out wasn't even mine, but I basically fell apart and fell to my knees. I'm not the guy who's going to say, I've got this all together. I fell apart. And I had to leave the RV and go sit in the truck and started talking with the angels and saying, what's going on? Why is this taking place? All right, you're saying this is familial wounds. This is from generations of generations of family ancestors who faced these wounds and weren't able to work through them. And you're saying they're all coming up in me right now. All right, how do we deal with it? What do we do? All right, I hear from the angels. I go back in the house. I fall apart again. I go back to the truck. This happened 2 or 3 times. And I'm like, all right, I know what I need to do. I asked the angels to help me get a good night's rest. I got a good night's rest. I got up in the morning. I went into my automatic writing. It's something I'm going to be teaching on Thursday. And I said, all right, angels, I want you to show me wound after wound and help me to clear them. Because there's too much clutter. There's too much chaos. There's too much emotional stuff going on that even though not of all of this is mine, and I'm helping clear for all of my ancestors all the way through current time and anybody in the future in my timeline, I can't do all this myself right now. And the angels went through wound by wound, helping me clear, helping me get light. I'm sure there are more wounds to clear, but I feel so much better now. There was stuff from my dad's side going back, I think as many as 12 generations. Stuff on my mom's side going back 18 generations. Stuff as recent as my mom, stuff as recent as my dad. That was passed on to me. And when I clear it from myself with the angel's assistant, it clears it from them and it clears it through all future generations as well. So I will be teaching that as well as part of class on Thursday night. One more reason to come join me on Thursday and learn automatic writing and learn how to clear with your angels. So, with that said, at a very minimum, I want you to call in your angels tonight. I want you to feel the feather brush, the angel brush. I want you to feel them by your side. I want you to start developing this relationship. Not for, well, Michael told me I should do this, but because it's going to give you a better journey. You're not going to feel alone. You're not going to feel like the wounded angel that you are. Really, it's a good way to put it. You're not going to feel like a wounded angel, somebody who's had a broken wing and is down to earth and going, what in the world is going on here? You will feel so much better. I want you to know, the angels want you to know, they are by your side. So with that said, I want to open it up to questions here. Then we're going to go into meditation. First off, we've got our School of Mystics, 4 Wednesdays a month. That's our next class is this Wednesday. Definitely come join us for that. This month we're working on helping you to awaken and to awaken to a higher level, to live at a higher plane. And there's a core group of us that gets together. It's a very intimate group in a sense, where we're connecting with people who are our spiritual family, our spiritual homies. I have no other way to put it. And we're learning and growing through this journey as mystics in training together. And you're discovering the inner mystic, which is who you are, which is why you're an empath, which is why you're here at this time. And so Tanya and I will put the link down there for you to join us Wednesday. Definitely come join us for automatic writing on Thursday. In fact, the link they're putting down there has a discount because I want to help get you into class on Thursday and help you to begin helping so many others because of your connection to spirit. And then if you like following us on our journey, if you click that join button down below there, you'll get behind the scenes videos with me. It's called the Mystic Circle. And in fact, all Mystic Circle members have a color-coded rising phoenix, our logo, rising from the ashes, next to their name. So if you see them in the chat, and they can tell you about all the cool stuff that you get and all the cool videos and behind-the-scenes stuff and cameo appearances, sneak peeks of Jessica, and lots of walks and talks with Rue that you get by joining the Mystic Circle. They can share with you about that as well. So let's go from there and let's dive into some questions. And all right. And what we're going to do, I'll get to as many questions as I can get to here in the next 30 minutes or so. Then we'll do a meditation. We are starting something new in about a week and a half time on YouTube, where we're going to do some videos every few days to answer even more of the questions that I can't get to. So stay tuned for that as well. Oh man, the Enlightened Daughter 444. Thank you so much. That's our number. And maybe your number too. How does it get any better than this? It's the number of the angel, so I know it's your number. How does it get any better than this? I love you. God loves you too. Thank you so much. Your love is received, and angels are surrounding you. And Kylie, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kaylee. And it is a dark time. And Kaylee, I know you're going through a lot. Go to the angels with everything you've got. Make them your lifeline. Even if you're not directly hearing from them, know that they are there, and know that this dark time is helping temper and heal your soul and crack your heart open. And even though you're going, I don't need it, but crack your heart open to an even higher level. So hang in there, Kylie. You've got this. You've got this. You've got this. All right. Let's go to question number 1 from I Am. I know I'm not alone and I don't feel I'm alone, but I do feel anxious and scared a lot lately. How do I let go of feeling that? So this is a brilliant question. And I've been addressing this a little bit lately, and because it came up when I had Mike Dooley, Mr. Thoughts Are Things or Thoughts Become Things from The Secret. He mentioned on air about a month ago that he's a scaredy cat. I had on Dan Millman. His show comes out tomorrow. Definitely catch it. The author of The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, the writer of The Peaceful Warrior, the movie, and he has a beautiful book out now, or it's just coming out, which is Peaceful Heart, Warrior Spirit. Oh my God, an incredible memoir that really shares his journey. And he talks about, I had and have fear every step of the way. So I talk with Mike Dooley. Mike Dooley goes, I'm a scaredy cat. And I go, Mike, I'm a scaredy cat too. Now, my actions suggest I'm crazy courageous. But the difference between somebody who's a scaredy cat and hiding under the desk and the scaredy cat who steps forward is simply one step. That's all the difference. So we cannot necessarily eradicate all fear. I don't even like to try doing that, but we don't have to take ownership of it. So I would give that fear to the angels. I love to say, you take this, almost like pulling back Cupid's arrow. Poink. You take this, angels. I ain't taking the fear. I need you to hold my hand. I'm going to step forward, but take this fear so that I can act from a place of love. Now, whether it's your life or consciousness on this planet. And I actually Googled this recently to see if I can find it. And I may need to speak with Howard Martin of Heart Math about this. I Googled and I could not find a world fear-o-meter just last week, because I'm convinced the fear and anxiety going on in this planet right now, at least since a World War II size event, maybe 9/11, but I'm thinking more a World War II scale event. We have not experienced this much fear, worry, and anxiety as a people. But I do believe that we can transform that energy, transmute it with the angels to a powerful, positive fuel. So go to the angels, know that you're not alone. Don't judge yourself for that fear, for that worry, for that anxiety. Love yourself up even despite it, and then make that step forward even through the fear and anxiety. Check in with your angels first, but then step forward. You've got this. You've got the courage of the lion in you. Daniel, do the vax diminish our connection to the divine? I ain't buying it. I don't think anything can diminish our connection to the divine. Yeah, Michael, but what about the calcification of the pineal gland and the this and the that and the other? The only thing that can diminish our perceived connection to the divine is us, our conscious and unconscious actions. If we buy into the fear, it's hard for the divine to be knocking on the door of our noggins to get through. If we buy into the X, Y, or Z, and I'm not saying this isn't real or that isn't real. What I'm saying is you are spirit. You're not just connected to spirit. You are spirit. You are energy, having an energetic experience in human form. Can it be made more difficult by the decisions we make consciously and unconsciously? Absolutely. Can anyone or anything block our connection? I'm not buying it. Go to the angels with everything you've got. Now, it may be that we have to slow down and we have to throttle back. I'm picturing Star Wars, Millennium Falcon, and take it out of out of warp. Actually, warp is Star Trek. Take it down out of, oh my God, it's been so long. A leap, a jump. The word is escaping me right now. Hyperdrive, hyperspace. We have to slow things down enough to be able to connect again or to hear the connection. But it is always there, always waiting for us. Maria. Angels exit in and out and in our lives, yes, and switch amongst each other once their mission and lesson for us is complete, per se, when we upgrade. So, Maria, you have angels that have been with you since the beginning of time, sort of like your guardian angel. And there are many more. There is a master guide or angel that's by your side as well, that kind of has the boardroom of your whole team. And there will be members of your team, angels and guides. Difference is kind of subtle for our purposes, who will come in, do a particular job, be with you for many lifetimes or for one lifetime or for 10 minutes of a lifetime. We'll have a particular job with you and then leave. And then another will come in for another part of your mission here on Earth or your mission over many lifetimes and leave. And they will come in interchangeably. Now, the big guys, the archangels, because time and space aren't real and the archangels are playing at a whole nother level, they can be with up to everyone. If we all called in Archangel Michael, for example, at the same time, and they stay with us. We can call them in, but they're never far away for the entirety of our existences. So when we upgrade, to answer your last bit of your question, do angels leave? Only angels who have performed whatever task was necessary to get you to that next level. And I don't mean levels as far as I'm at a higher level than you're at. There's no such thing. We're all energy having an energetic experience in human form. Done deal, end of story. No one is higher, better, of anything than anybody else. Nobody. But your angel will get you to a bus stop, and then a new angel may come along. And so we love up every angel on our path, wherever we are, and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Randy, why do we have to take on our ancestors' emotional energy? Randy, that is a brilliant question. The way I see it is this. We are trying to uplift humanity, to help humanity raise to a higher vibration. If these old energies aren't cleared, it's sort of like taking lots of baggage with you to a new place. It's messy. It's ugly. I'm not buying it from a karmic point of view that we have to pay back. I don't buy that, because that implies that there is this evil that needs to be paid back to the bank before you can become good. I don't buy that. But I do believe here's how we're going to call it, Randy. Here it is. Just the angels just chased me down. They're like, wait, stop. They want to stuff a note in my pocket. They're talking to me about music. And Randy, what they're saying is that the ancestors' emotional energy is a discordant note, or a note that's played out of tune. And for humanity to play the greatest orchestra or symphony that she can, we need to heal that note, or get that note into accord or into harmony with all of the other instruments. And so clearing our ancestral emotional energy is going from playing notes that are out of tune to notes that are in tune. Cindy, brilliant question. And can automatic writing tell you what will happen in the future? Yes and no. So, yes, you can get powerful messages about future events. This is absolutely true in automatic writing. But I never take the future in automatic writing as absolute truth, because there are an infinitude of doors to the future. They may be able to give us a likelihood that something is going to take place. Yet I have never seen spirit with 100% certainty say it's going to go down like this. And part of the reason is because all of us here on earth are in a learning school. And that learning school is fluid, it's dynamic, things are changing. And if we knew everything that was taking place, it loses that fluid and dynamic nature and becomes stiff and rigid. And we don't learn anything. So, for instance, if we were gifted 2 baby girls in the womb and we were told, here's how it's going to go down, here's what's going to take place, Hana's going to make it, Miriku's going to be on the other side, and da 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 da, all the way down the line. First off, we'd be completely freaked out and beside ourselves. After we got past that, what's the point of even trying? We already know what's going to happen. And there's no learning, there's no growth, there's no heart in that. So we can use it as a tool to help understand the future, but I would never take for certain what's in there, because your angels speaking to you through are guiding you, helping you to learn and grow and find your way through as well. Angel, or Angie, I feel like I have a very heavy weight attached to me. I'm calling on my angels to lift it. What is the purpose of this? Angie, heavy weights to me. I want to say they're not bad. What I hear is they are neither good nor bad. They are energy that gets to be transmuted. So, Angie, where I would go with this is actually leaning into the heaviness, sort of like me going into the truck a couple of days ago, going, oh my God, what is going on? What is going on? I was like, I seem like I'm just like possessed something. This makes no sense. I'm falling apart. And I lean into that energy and I learn from that energy. And Angie, then that energy is transmuted and helps actually bring me up. It's energy, kinetic energy. If you learn physics, kinetic energy, there's a ball rolling downhill. The ball can either smash into the car or be funneled in a positive direction to do some sort of amazing good. So we recognize the energy, we look at the energy, we don't judge the energy, and we don't judge ourselves, and we see what we can do to play with the energy. Brilliant question here. They say God doesn't give you more than you can handle. Not to be negative, but how would you explain suicide? Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant question. I lost a dear, 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 dear friend, Carrie Kurenko. She was my group project partner for 2 years of grad school. And I lost her, I guess, depending on how you call it, about a year after grad school. And of course, I had been very close to her in the past. And so I'm going, why wasn't I in closer touch? Why didn't I see the signs? Why didn't this? Why didn't that? Here's what I know. First off, Carrie's passing made it into my book for students and adults with attention deficit disorder called College Confidence with ADD. It was written, 15, 20 years ago, and did a lot of good. 15 years ago, did a lot of good by sharing her story in there and sharing about not feeding the wolf of the negative messages in your mind. So her passing was anything, just for me and for many other people as well, her passing was anything but in vain. But now, bigger picture. This is a little bit harder to understand. We are all energetic beings having an energetic experience in human form, which means we are all infinite. We are all the divine. We cannot be killed. This doesn't mean jump off a bridge. This doesn't mean that if you go stand in front of a truck, It's not going to be the end of you this lifetime. And I'm certainly not recommending that. But what it means is you are infinite. Carrie learned whatever lesson she got to learn this lifetime and could not accept any more teaching for whatever reason and went home to recharge. And I'm convinced it helped her on her spiritual journey, on her infinite journey. Now, because I'm reading what my video channels wrote about her or his boyfriend who shot themselves in the head and master bedroom 10 years ago. The most important thing to understand about this, how much love can you send to them for what they went through, that they felt this is what they needed to do? And then more importantly, it's crazy, how much love can you send to yourself? And that's what the angels want to say in this moment. When you experience a suicide, it is so incredibly important to send you, because you've got such a hole in the heart, send yourself so much love. Call in the angels for so much healing, because energy is neither good nor bad, but the energy of a suicide can drag you down tremendously until you heal, and then you can bounce up and up and up. So your boyfriend's experience can literally help propel your spiritual growth to a new level once you forgive yourself. And someone else's suicide that affected them can help transform them as well. I'm saying them because I don't see the name here as well. Are we given more than we can handle? Not on an infinite timeline. Are some people done and then they check out? They got all they could for this lifetime. Love everyone up. If you're in need, get help, get help, get help. But understand this. There's so much more going on than meets the eye. Last note on this. I freaked out, finished grad school, and I freaked out one day when I felt I wasn't doing enough, being enough, existing enough. And it was not a planned, premeditated thing. I had a blood sugar crash, which was very common. I was still recovering from PTSD, and I tried to roll a car. Thank God for BMW anti-lock brakes. It helped me. It was part of my path. What happened is, after that, I ended up seeing an advertisement from Wayne Dyer for a PBS special where he was talking about how, actually, he was talking about just what we're talking about here tonight. He said, if you get it, that we all come from God and that everything was created by God, then you're created by God. And if you're created by God, and if God is all knowing, God is everywhere and everything, then you couldn't be a mistake. And I got it, because I had been told growing up, you're a screw up, you're a loser, you don't deserve to live, you're a piece of shit, you're a this, you're a that. And I embodied a lot of that. Even as I progressed in helping people, that wound was still inside of me. And it wasn't until I understood God, Spirit, Universe does not make mistakes. All of us are spirit. All of us are the divine, that I was able to let that go. And so if people don't understand that and they cross over, it's for that learning, it's for that lesson, and it's okay. They'll be okay. They'll be better than okay, because I know what it's like on the other side, at least a little bit, from my NDEs. But for us here on earth, They're giving us a message not to feel guilty, not to pick on ourselves, not to tear on ourselves, not to tear down ourselves, but to dive even more into our hearts. That's the real challenge and the real journey when our loved ones transition from suicide, because suicide, by definition, is the opposite of pretty. It's ugly, it's terrifying, it leaves huge wounds. That is an energy, or our energies, that we get to rise up from. With that said, I'm very curious because I think I hear behind me. We're going to answer one or two more questions, then we're going to go into meditation in about 5 minutes. I think I hear behind me Sir Meowsers, who is deciding to tear things up. And so I'm very interested in his energy of why he's trying to tear things up. That is his way of getting food or getting fed or getting attention, is he pulls out his claws. So let me go to one or two more questions, then we're going to go into a meditation here. And thank you, Tanya, for everything. This is amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gogo, is telepathy real? And do angels communicate with telepathy? Okay, Gogo. First off, we have many shows with Dean Radin. Dean Radin is one of the world's leading authorities on telepathy. Telepathy has been something that's been studied by science since the 20s. Telepathy has been shown to have 6 sigma statistical validation. What does that mean? The chances are greater than 1 in a billion that telepathy is real, based on any number of hundreds, if not thousands, of experiments done at prestigious institutions since the 20s for over 100 years. Telepathy is real. There's a huge science behind it. There is not 6 sigma validation behind any of the pharmaceuticals, and yet we take those on a regular basis. So telepathy absolutely is real. Do angels communicate with telepathy? They communicate with telepathy. They communicate with having strangers do strange things. They communicate with signs, with symbols, with synchronicities, any way they can get in touch with us. But telepathy is a huge way. Brilliant question here. What month and day is the most supernatural in the year for angels and people? I believe it's 2 days of the year, and those are solstice. Those to me are the portals, are the openings. With that said, super close behind are days where there are solar eclipses. Lunar eclipses aren't far behind either, because those are also doors or portals, openings to the other side. Jennifer, does the moon, and this be the last question. Jennifer, this will be the last question of the evening. Does the full moon influence our energetic connection with our angels? Brilliant question, Jennifer. What the moon does is amplify everything. It's an amplifier. So whatever you bring to the table when it's a full moon is made 10 times, 100 times. It's gazungified. So it doesn't change our ability to connect with the angels, but it changes our energy behind it. If you feel sad or depressed coming into a full moon, you feel more sad and depressed. If you feel overwhelmed coming into a full moon, you feel more overwhelmed, which is why strange things happen. People end up in the ER, not to mention we're more distracted because our minds are going crazy, and more people get, unfortunately, locked up and in trouble during a full moon because it's amplifying what's ever going on the inside. So in a sense, in an ideal world, it's a day to come together to work on diving into the heart and allowing that to be amplified, which is why this is such a special, sacred time I get to spend with you. How does it get any better than this? This is a perfect time on this full moon, but it's also a day where you can plant intention for what you want today and what you want in the month ahead, and watch it amplified by the energy, by your energy, by the moon's energy, and by the energy of the angels amplified on this particular day. So that's all the questions I'm able to get to tonight. Please keep your questions coming in. So what we're going to do is we're going to put together a bunch of questions, and starting in about, and certainly come join us for class Wednesday, come join us for class Thursday. But we're going to start next week taking questions and making like 10 or 20-minute shows out of your questions. So there's no such thing as a bad question. So put your questions here, go to our website, use the contact form, send us your questions, and we're going to be answering a bunch of them in great detail starting in a week and a half's time. All right, what we're going to do is a meditation now. I'm going to have the tiniest sip of water. And thank you, Tanya, and thank you, Aya. Thank you, Dream Team. Thank you, Rue. Rue seems to be particularly energized. I'm not sure why. Must be the full moon for tonight's YouTube event. All right. What I was just doing is checking in with the angels and seeing what the meditation is going to be. And it's going to be a very, very simple meditation to help you feel your angel's presence. So what I'd like you to do is sit up relatively good and tall, but relaxed. Breathe in through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the nose. Eyes open, eyes closed, whatever works for you. In and out. In and out. As we continue to breathe in and out, I love to amplify the energy here tonight by having us all hold hands in a giant circle. So I imagine everybody here watching this, past, present, and future, coming together in a giant circle. So you reach out your hand to your right, you reach out your hand to your left. We breathe in together and out together. In together and out together. As we're breathing in and out, I'd like to call in all the angels we can. So first, what I'd like you to do along with me is say, thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. May I call in my guardian angel and feel his or her wings, presence by my side. I call in my guardian angel and feel his or her presence by my side. Do you feel a warmth or a tingling? Any sensation? And now I'd like us together to call in our guardian angels, our archangels. I'm going to call in my Fab Four. You can call them in with me or call in whomever works for you. Good evening, Archangel Michael. Good evening, Archangel Raphael. Good evening, Archangel Gabriel. Good evening, Archangel Uriel. Thank you for being here with me. May you put your wings around me so that I may feel your presence here tonight or whenever I may be watching this. Can you feel their wings? Can you feel their love? Can you feel them here, holding you? You're completely supported. You're completely loved. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. And now let's take this to the next level. Let's now call in our entire angelic team. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. I now call in my entire angelic team to surround me with love, to surround me with goodness, and to let me know you have got my back and you are by my side. I ask you, angels, to help me feel your love. Help fill me with light. And help me to know I am not alone. And pause for a minute. See if you notice the room starting to get brighter and brighter and brighter still. I'm getting one message from the angels right now. And that message is we are breathing the same air that you are, dear one. The air is passing through us, into the ethos, into your lungs, and into your heart. Particularly when you call us in, but truly at all times, you are breathing in the air of the angels, the energy of the angels, and the love that is each and every one of us, and each and every one of you. So when you're in doubt, when you're scared, when you're alone, or when you feel things are just too much, call on us. Leave the heavy lifting to us, but call on us and breathe. And know we are sending you our life force, love, and support right into your lungs, right into your heart, right into every membrane and every cell of your beingness. For you are loved. You are not alone. We aren't just by your side, but we are holding you up and walking hand in hand with you. And we've got you no matter what. Yes, as Michael likes to say through us, from us, you are love. You come from love. And dear child, you couldn't be anything other than love, no matter how you try. So be well, be the love, call us in, and live from love. We love you. Whew. Wow, wow, wow. So, on that note, I've got Rue right by my side, so I'm going to pull him up for the briefest cameo here. Rue, would you like to say hi to everyone? I know. Oh, I gotcha. I double gotcha. I gotcha. It's okay, good boy. We got to get your tail feathers up. There we go. Want to say hi to everybody? I want to say hi. It's a little bit over-energized right now. I know. Is it okay? Whoa. You all right? A little over-energized there? Okay. Well, I love you guys so much. I think Rue needs his sleep here. Thank you to our dream team. Thank you guys for all your love and support. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Ruru, how does it get any better than this? Mwah. How does it get any better than this? Love you guys so much. Come join us tomorrow night for Dan Millman here on YouTube at 8:30 Eastern PM, 5:30 Pacific. Come join us for our School of Mystics on Wednesday. And do come learn all the automatic writing experience with me and with Rue, of course, on Thursday. And Tanya's putting the links in here for everything. So do come join us for all on Thursday. Of course, there's that join button down below for our Mystic Circle. Love you guys so much. Keep on shining bright. Right, Rue? Oh, I got to get you a treat, good boy. You ready? Okay, here we go. Boy, there we go. Good boy, Rue. All right. Love you guys so much. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you, Dream Team. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Aya. Thank you.